Just what does it mean to be grown, an adult? Is it just a number? In America in particular, when you have reached the so-called age of maturity, 18, to join the military, and 21 to legally purchase alcohol, go into bars, establishments of the like, purchase cigarettes, tobacco products. But what does it actually mean to be grown? It's not just simply maturation as it relates to age per se. It's maturation or maturity, being responsible as a person of age now, of age. Are you responsible? Have you ever considered this? You ever thought about this? Ever meditated on this? Being grown. So many people like to tout, I'm grown. I do what I want to do. I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. I'm grown. But that's not played out in the life that they live, in the life that they exhibit. You see, there are absolutes in life. There are requirements. One of the greatest mistakes that man makes is to assume just because I have reached a certain age, there's no accountability for anything that I do, or relatively no accountability. Outside brazenly going out and robbing someone, raping someone, killing someone. But outside of that, I can do anything I darn well please, because I'm grown. You see, grown people do grown things. You pay bills. As much as lie within you, you treat your neighbor as you want to be treated. Neighbor means your people who live in your local vicinity, if you will, and just other human beings. Treat them like you would want to be treated. Kind, courteous, respectful. If you don't do those things that I just mentioned, you may want to reconsider if you've really grown. Also, grown people are responsible in the sense that they provide for their families. They treat them with respect as well. And you pay your bills, you keep a roof over your head, clothes on your children's backs, and you protect them from the elements. You help to educate them so that they can, once they reach the age of maturity, they can get out on their own and provide for themselves, because we're all born sovereign. Sovereign in the sense that we can make our own decisions and take care of our own affairs. So are you teaching your children these things? Are you passing this down to your children, your offspring, so that in the event that they have children in the future, they will do the same and keep your dynasty and or legacy perpetuated? Are you doing that? See, that's a sign of being grown. What grown is not is an individual standing on a corner drinking a beer or a bottle of wine every day, and you kind of look at them and say, well, what happened in their lives that they've been reduced to this level? Something most definitely did happen, and that runs the gamut. Family problems, you've fallen on bad or hard times, employment problems. You may have been fired from a job that you've had 10, 20 years or what have you, and you just can't get it together or seem to get it together, and you have basically given up on life. Whatever the reason is, you've given up on life, and this is what you have reduced yourself to. It's a matter of choice. But if you were to say anything to them about hanging on the street, smoking their joint, their blunt, drinking their beer and their wine, first thing they say is, I'm grown. You see a woman walking down the street half naked these days, scantily clad as they say, breast almost completely revealed, clothes too tight, see-through leggings, skirt, dress, or tights, and you can see their underwear, and even when they don't have underwear on, see right through it. But they're grown, they will say. Being allegedly grown, note that I said you say you grown, supposedly grown, comes with consequences too. So, again, your age does not mean you're grown. It only means that you're grown according to the standards that were set by, the rules that were set by the supreme being that's responsible for all of us being here on this planet. There are rules to the game. Most definitely are rules to the game, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can walk around faking the funk with your chest stuck out, not so proudly. It's just a farce. It's just a put on coming from you. Because for every action, there is going to be an equal and an opposite reaction. They say you're going to pay for not being grown while you're pretending to be grown. You are. You see, all of you women, all of those women rather, I'm not attacking anyone specifically, I wouldn't do that. But for all of the women who dress half naked, if you ever want any real value in your life, any real meaning in your life as you get older, as you age, real men are not going to want you. Because you're putting yourself out there like that. You're attracting people just like you who have missed out on something in life in the very beginning. And for those that are out there who say, my mama's going to help me, my dad's going to help me, my brother's going to help me, they got my back, when you don't want to work a job, when you don't want to provide for yourself, and you want to hang in the streets all of the time and bounce from house to house, staying with cousins and neighbors and friends and homies and whatever, that's going to fizzle out after a while. And then guess what? When your support mechanism, your net, has scattered, or when you lose those resources or those backups, as it were, it's just going to be you and you alone. But while I say alone, you need right now to learn how to stand alone. As a man or woman, stand alone. You have to learn how to do that. Because if you really don't learn how to stand alone and provide for yourself, ultimately, you will most definitely be alone. So if you think you're grown, or you're paying bills, are you financially literate? Do you know how to save for your future as you age? Are you providing for your dependent children if you have any? Do you even have a real relationship with your family, your children, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the situation may be? Because life is harsh. It is. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be a learning, training ground for character building, What kind of character do you have? Have you asked yourself that lately? But let me tell you, that's one of my old favorite sayings. What doesn't come out in the wash eventually will come out in the rinse. So you might as well take that bitter pill right now and swallow it. It's called responsibility, and it's called accountability. Then and only then, once you've taken those pills and once you've taken those steps towards maturity, is then and only then you can say that you're grown. That was it. And that was all. This is Brother Teacher.